We're going to cover a lot of stuff today, so I can give you a preview or we can dive into it if you feel like hanging around to find out what kind of craziness is going on in my world. Come on. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and I'm glad you're here. Whether you're new or you're a returning viewer, thank you for any time that you decide to spend with me. Today is a little bit of everything. Today I would say it might be organized squirrel moments. Because we're going to be hopping all over the place. We're going to be covering a lot of different things. And there's no one thing to say, okay, this is what this episode's about. So I guess this is just come along with me and see where my life is at this moment in time of recording this video on August 25th, 2026. Now you will see this. This will air on August 26th. It will air off tomorrow. Okay, I'm moving things out of my way. Actually, let me start with that. Okay, I did finish the keychains, and it's kind of hard because there was a lot. So I'm just going to kind of briefly hold them up. Okay, got a lot of butterflies, some paws on black, which those I have more. I just have to make them. I only had that particular one that was left over from something else. The other paw print ones I have. Now this I found out. It was by a maker named Henry Glass, and it was rabbit tails. Hold on, I looked it up. Bunny Tails collection. It was for Henry Glass collection. The actual person's name is Robert Giordano or something like that. But anyway, and nobody makes this anymore. They do have that one, like I was telling you, at the warehouse that has glitter. But I'm not in that. I don't want it. And then I have 3 of these. Those are Stay Wild Moonchild. Then I thought I had more than 3 of these, but I guess I don't. 3 of the Butterfly on Blue. Now I don't know. Yes, I do have pouches for that. I don't think I had enough for a bag for that. So it might just be a wristlet and pouch in those butterflies. Then I had some abstract gray and black. Oops, I have 3 of those. And then my single little fairy one. Y'all, I'm so tempted to keep that particular one. I really am. Because it's a bundle. It's a, I'm looking over there because I've still got to get my labels. That's a whole nother ball game that I will update y'all on in a minute. Then I have the pouch and the wristlet. So I don't know. It's going in the pile for now. Okay, I'm not saying that I'm going to keep it just yet. And then this is the one that was super duper long. I have 6 of these, which are just random sea life. There's fish on here. There's regular, looks like supposed to be clownfish, turtles. Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do right there is clownfish. Turtles, angelfish, a lot of them. But I have 6 of those. And then my other sea life print, which is this particular print, I have only 3 of those made, but this is the one I have 15 yards of. I had to buy the whole bolt, so I will have plenty of those. And here are 2 of the Highland Cow ones. So that was a total of what? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 31 wristlets. Your girl is tired, but that's okay. Once I get all of this done and I finish the website situation, I will be a lot happier. I have spent half the day sewing those because I had to get them completely sewn and then divide it up and then attach their little sweet little hardware, which segues into this. I went to a local group last night, which Kirsten is a member of, and when I met up with Kirsten for the very first time last month, she had said that she needed a new wristlet, or a second wristlet, because her husband made her a 3D yarn buddy, yarn holder, whatever you want to call them. And she said, you know, I'll bring you one. And she did, and I absolutely love it. It is this little baby right here. So essentially, if you haven't ever seen one of these, it's just 2 pieces. You just set it like that, and then you put, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a keychain, a split ring keychain on this, and then I can attach it with my wristlet, because this little puppy right here, and this is the part that Kirsten loves, it swivels. So no matter what, it doesn't get, nothing gets tangled, you know, with her yarn and everything. So I do not have, I have sock projects, yes, but they're already attached to their balls. So I don't want to try to cut them and cake them up to put on this. But my very next one that I start will be caked up, and I will be carrying this. And y'all see what color this is, right? And that beautiful blue. And she brought me something else. Look at that ball. I think it's beautiful. And it has these little holes on the end, and as you saw, I put my fingers in them. And I was like, oh, what is that for? Because it reminded me of, you know, the holes. You can put like a paper towel holder, or even a toilet paper. Paper towel or toilet paper. You know the hole I'm talking about. So she's like, no, that's just the hole that is in the end of a skein. I said, oh, okay, I got you. So I said, what, do I just put it on my table and just put anything in it? And she says, you can do anything you want with that. But it's purple, y'all. So I have blue and I have purple. It's very sweet of her and her husband to do that. I don't know what I'm going to use this for yet, though. Oh, you know what I could... Girl, look at what I just thought of. Perfect. Perfect. Now, the one thing is, this is teeny tiny. This is like itty bitty. You know, I can just slide that right there. Oh, actually, I can just do that right there with this. Instead of sideways, I'll just put it long ways like that. Perfect. Thank you, Kirsten. I really appreciate that. I do have another group meeting that I was going to go to tonight, but I don't know if I'm going yet. I put down that I was interested, not that I was going or not that I was not going. I said interested because I'm tired and I'm not even done. because that leads into the next thing that I'm going to show y'all. But I don't know. It is 3 o'clock now, so we'll see if I have enough juice left in the tank to get myself to the south side of town by 6 o'clock. I don't know. Actually, I would need to leave here by 4:30 because I have to take these 2 packages to the mailbox. This, I can't show you the things. This is going to Brandy. She just had her first granddaughter, and I made her a blanket for her grandbaby. And this is the quilt and the animals granny square blanket that I did for my great nephew. This is going to my nephew and his wife. Now, I did take pictures. I'm going to put the first one here. That is the quilt that I did. I can't remember when I started it, y'all, but I just now finished it. What, a week or 2 ago? And that's sad to say, but, you know, life happens. My great-nephew was born in May, and I'm just now getting this thing shipped to him. Okay, now the second one is I had a book. Meredith had gifted me a book of crocheted granny square animals. So that's here. And both of those blankets are now all ready and packaged up. So I really do want to get both of these off to the mail, and they're too big to put in my mailbox. Pardon me. They're too big to put in my mailbox, so I have to kind of go to town to take those. So I was thinking, if I leave... Oh, hold on. I need to actually check. I might have to leave by 4, so this might be a very short video. I'm going to see what their hours are. Okay, so they are 8:30 to 5 p.m. Okay. So 4:30 would put me barely making it if I have any traffic whatsoever. So I might need to leave by 4 or quarter after 4. So I might end up dipping out early on the video. I'm sorry about that. So let's go ahead and see how much we can cover in the time I have left, okay? All right. So what I was thinking, I took a patch of this and the red. I did not find a good match on the red as far as the bottom. I do have red strapping, cotton strapping. So I think what I'm going to do is either do red, because see, the red on that looked more orange at Hobby Lobby when I was putting it beside the, because I was thinking, you know, maybe a brick red or deep red. Nothing going into burgundy because I didn't want any purple tone to it. And I thought, well, I do have a red here and it is bright. So I'm going to compare that to that and see if that works. But I was thinking, because all of the darker reds and the brick reds that I have just did not go well. And it might be because there's an orange tint to this red. I'm gonna show you and see maybe if you can see it on camera. I don't see it in person. I mean, yes, to me there is a corally orangey light tone, you know, on the lighter highlights of the flowers, but I don't know. I don't know how that's coming across on screen, but I do have a solid red that I can try that I haven't even put it up against. And if that's the case, then I have the perfect webbing strap. For the purple, I told y'all that I was struggling with the purple. Well, me and my daughter-in-law went to Hobby Lobby Saturday, I think. Yeah, Saturday. Because we had to get all three of the fellas haircuts. My husband, my grandson, and my son that has that grandson. The other son was off in North Carolina. That boy does not skip his haircuts, so he didn't even need to be here. But I ended up getting all that they had. And it is a perfect match for the purple peony. Purple peonies. But anyway, and I don't know what the camera is doing, but in person, that is a perfect match. Here's my dilemma. I need to see, now this is a piece of purple. Hold tight. This is a piece of purple that I have that I was thinking about using as a bottom piece. And actually, now that I'm putting it up with this new strapping, it would work. And I'm going to do this right here to kind of give you an idea. Yeah, baby. I think I just found my combination. All right. I know. It's kind of rudimentary, but it gets the job done. Now, the question is, what does that look like on camera? I don't know. But in person, it's perfect. Okay. That is a load off my mind, because what my concern was making a tote out of either one of these fabrics, just the print fabric. Now, some people like that, and if someone orders it like that, then a tote will be made like that. But otherwise, it's going to have a solid color bottom, and then, you know, that way I don't use so much of the expensive high dollar printed fabric, and you still get a beautiful bag. Does that make sense? I personally like the solid color on the bags because it gives you a break from the busyness, whether it's this fabric or Sea Life. Well, I grabbed this one. I use a black as a base for that. I use a black for a base for that. I'm trying to see what bases I have over there. Now, I did break out of the mold with this one and used that fabric inside. I used that as the base for that one. But that was so beautiful. It works so well. I'm excited for y'all to see it. Even if I end up keeping it, I'm excited to show you. But that means that I can now put together my totes. Now, I showed y'all how I have the black tote already. It's ready to go except for my labels. And I can now get busy on the purple and the red. And these are things that are going on in my mind that makes me think, okay, maybe I don't need to go to the group thing. But I'm also thinking, if I have to run to town to go to the post office, why not go to the group? Oh, and I also need to run by Michael's. You know how I was telling y'all about this label situation and me worrying that it's not going to get here in time, right? Well, sound like someone just pulled up, but Maya's not barking, so. But anyway, so there will be no rush on the labels. The last I heard from them, they were going to be shipping out on the 27th, which is Thursday. If they do, I possibly can get them by Saturday. which is the 29th. And that would give me a full week if they do that. It would give me a full week to get everything ready, get everything finished with the labels and tags and everything before I load everything on the website to be for sale on September 7th. But the thing that I'm looking at is this is coming down to the wire, and I don't like that. So what I may do, I'm thinking I'm going to go by Michael's, grab some just plain white fabric. And I did order some label printing paper, some transfer paper off of Amazon that is supposed to be here between 5 and 10 p.m. We'll see about that, because lately every time Amazon promises me that they're going to give me something by a certain amount of time, they haven't been. So, but I do have that ordered, and if that happens, I can try to print me some labels. And I'm not saying that I won't use these people again, because I will. I like their labels. But I will have a backup just in case. I mean, because I don't know financially if it's smarter for me. I think it's smarter for me to order from these people. I think it just makes more sense as far as how much it costs versus, because, I mean, I order them pre-cut and everything. They come in that little baggie. Well, I don't have it right now. I did find a couple more labels, logo tags, but I'm holding on to those just for, just in case I get an order. So we will see how that happens. It may not, I might be wasting money. I'm only going to buy a yard of the white fabric, because I have plenty of white fabric, but it's white on white design. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to try to transfer my logo onto something like that. So we're going to give it a shot. Okay. I'll keep y'all updated on that, whether that actually worked or not. But, and it's just going to be the little fold. I don't have one within reach. Oh, actually I do. Just going to be one of those little fold tabs that I can put on here. Okay, now website update situation. I spent half the day doing these keychains, wristlets. I'm not going to worry about that right this moment. I'll put that back up in a minute. But the other half, I went ahead and went on my website and took down what you see on my website is what I have physically in stock. I pulled all of my drawstring bags over here, and I went through 131 products, because that's what I normally carry. All 131 products I went through, and if I don't have the physical bag, I put it as draft mode, so it does not show as a live product on my webpage. Let me refresh this real quick. Okay, so it's not showing me. I was going to tell you how many I actually had. Okay. It says I have 2 of these and I only have 1, so I have got to go change this. Oh, come on. There we go. But anyway, if I do not have the physical one, the store will reflect what I have on sale in my inventory. Alright, so once I get everything done, and I'm going to have to be a picture taken fool of all these, so that these and the ones that I made the last time I showed y'all all the rest of them, I have them in some little plastic bins. So I'm going to put these in there too. And essentially I'm just going to, sorry, not enough caffeine in the world to keep me awake right now. I take that back. Not enough of caffeine in the world to keep me active, like, you know, energy up here. Right now my energy is way down there on that floor. And I think it's going to get better. I would take a break other than, you know, just going to these little meetings and stuff. Hey son, I'll be give me 1 second. Hold on 1 minute. Okay. Sorry about that. My son popped his head in. So, where was I at? I don't remember. So anyway, I think I was talking about the wristlets and stuff. So I'm gonna get all those photos done, and I can put those. Those aren't going to be on the active website. I mean, they will be on the website, but they won't be active yet. Because like I said, I'm going to put everything all active on September 7th. That way, you know, I have all my P's and my I's dotted, my T's crossed, and, you know, everything is all and done. But oh, that's what I think that's what I was saying. Friday is my grandson's Friday Fun Day. So since I am probably going to go to this meeting, since I have to go to town to go to the post office to drop those off, to go by Michael's and get some white cotton fabric, I might as well go to the meeting for a little bit, even if I don't stay the full 2 hours. But I'm going to tell you, yesterday I went, it was like 3:30 and I didn't leave till 5:30. I mean, because when you sit there and talk crafting, y'all know, you see me on here, and you can ask Kirsten, I talk just as much in person as I do on here. And I have just as many squirrel moments. Sure do. But I do try to be respectful of other people talking. Now, I do go off on a squirrel tangent sometimes. Yep, that's just who I am, and that's my grandmother in me, and there's no changing that. That's genetically set. So, oh, and by the way, in going through all of the things on my website that I had as custom order, so you ladies that were worried about putting any extra work on me, don't. If you see it on the website, it is available. You can purchase it without making me work anymore right now, which I did not mind. But, oh, I don't know how you say your name about the Winnie the Pooh Tigger bag. Yeah, I think it's, I'm not going to say your whole email. Hang tight, let me go grab it real quick. Hella Weber. I don't know if your emails are coming through to you or not, but that's the email I'm responding to. When you send me a message on my website, it shows me that email, and when I hit reply, it sends it back to that email. So if you need me to email you with an active email that you actually use, send me that email on my website. Just, type that email that you'd like to send, because the only thing I'm waiting on is to get your shipping address, so I'll know what postage will be for you, okay? Because I did get your message that you said that the bag I was talking about, you were hoping it was your bag, and it is. It's just waiting on you, sweetheart. So, that being said, when I was going through all of my listings, I saw bags that I want to revisit again. So I will, as soon as I get this main flush of stuff done, I'm going to revisit some of my other bags and make pouches and wristlets for them. I don't know if those are going to be bundled, unless I might put in a bundle option. I don't know if I can do that on Shopify. Have just a regular listing and then have a bundle option. Otherwise, I don't know. We'll have to test that theory out. But I do want to get started and get, because I have so many fabrics and I'm looking at them and they're so beautiful, and I'd love to get back to making those bags too. Does that make sense? Right now I need to stop sewing. I say that with a tongue in cheek because I'm not going to stop sewing. But that's all I've been doing so much lately that I'm a tired turkey with it. That's okay. Bella's still kicking. I've not had to use the Beast, and Sally, she's just kind of sitting here. I did get, yesterday, I did work on these and got the liners sewn. So the only thing I'm waiting for now is my logo tag so that I can sew this side, and then they will be ready to flip right side out. Sorry. They will be ready to flip right side out so that I can get those done too. And those will have to have pictures taken, and I'm not even going to tell y'all about the drawstring bag liners that I have to do, because I am out of my liners that we pre-make. Yeah, I need to make some more. That's 2 days in and of itself. That is a full 2 days of cutting the fabric, cutting the interfacing, ironing the interfacing on each piece of the liners, sewing the pieces together. Yeah. And then cutting out the box for the box corners, because I don't box them when I pre-make them. I want them to stay flat so I can set them over there, and as I need them, I'll use them, and then I'll box the corners as I need them, but at least they'll already be pre-cut. So that is my craziness wrapped up in 30 minutes. I've lost my mind. I have lost my mind. This is what fatigue does to you, y'all. I did finish. Okay. I haven't finished the Aria tee, but I did do the ribbing on the front and the back. They are on try-on tube right now so that I can put it on. This was last night, and I still haven't tried it on, mind you. But I wanted to get it into a position to where I could try it on and see if I liked, because I used 3.5 millimeter needles for the ribbing, like the pattern called for, instead of the 4 millimeter that I did this shirt with. So I don't know if being a split hem it'll be a problem or not. With it sucking the ribbing in, which that's what ribbing does. It tightens everything up. So cross your fingers that I don't have to rip out 12 rows on the front and the back of ribbing and start over again. If I do, I do. I don't mind. And I did take my octagon cardigan with me, and I got up to the point to where I was going to start a new round, but now I need to go ahead and close those arms in like I was telling y'all the last time. Then I can start adding to the front and the bottom. So it's getting there, y'all. It's slow, but it's getting there. It's because I'm having all this other fun doing the sewing and, you know. So, yeah. I really like that. And she wouldn't even let me pay her or trade her or anything. Because I was going to trade her the wristlet for this. But she's like, no, I want to support your business, which I appreciate. But you know, you have to pay for this filament too, right? But it was very sweet. So I told her I wasn't going to fight her if she wanted to give that to me. But I like the little flower. I don't know if y'all, I'm going to take this off so you can kind of see it. See that little pretty little flower in there? Isn't that cute? Anyway. I'm going to get off here and see if I can't. I need to find out what my husband wants to do for dinner. We cheated last night since I was in town until I think I finally got home at like 6:30 because I had to go by Huey Magoo's, which is a chicken place around here. It's new. It's only been in Aiken, I want to say maybe 4 or 5 months it's been open. So I can't cheat tonight. Gonna have to cook, and it's going to be something super fast or wait till I get back. Which, if that's the case, then I probably will only stay about 20 or 30 minutes at the yarn group. But on that note, I don't know what Friday's going to be. Just like when on Monday I told y'all I didn't know what this video was going to be. Because my world is very narrow right now all around market stuff. Getting everything for market. Getting everything for September 7th. September 7th is more my deadline for y'all. Not the market. Because like I said, I'm going to kind of use y'all as test subjects. But I also know what will move online may not be the same thing that moves in person. So I may have to, you know, do a couple little things different, but that's okay. And here soon I'm going to have to figure out my setup and everything, how I want to do all of my stuff. Because I'm going to have knit and crochet stuff, and then I'm going to have sewn stuff. So yeah, I don't know how well that's going to work. But anyway, I'm going to get off here. And I'm going to see y'all Friday. Like I said, I don't know what's going to be. Maybe I'll have the Aria tee done. Maybe I will have the octagon cardigan done. Yeah, right. I might have the Aria tee finished if it works and I don't have to redo the ribbing. If I have to redo the ribbing, it's probably not going to be done before Friday because I can't get ahead on these videos. I can't do it. It never fails. Jen has my respect because she will film all her week's worth of video in one day. And I don't have enough content to do that for y'all. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm going to get off here. And I will see you Friday. Until then, take care of you, okay? Bye.